Hey guys, welcome back to the Legend of Corncast. It's Aaron's favorite game.
It's not my favorite. It's my second favorite.
It's his silver medal.
So my silver medal, yes. I'll call it my silver medal.
I mean, if it's your second favorite, it's your silver. Anyway, we watched Phil play this game for like 3 hours.
It was fun.
It was an event.
I laughed a lot.
Oh my god. That game is... It feels better to play than Ocarina, if I'm being honest.
So if you haven't guessed by the title of this video, it's Twilight Princess.
It's our next chronological order game.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
In the timeline, yeah.
Sure, why not? Whatever.
I literally put myself through 3 hours of this game, so I felt like I could be here.
Yeah, he knows all about the first half of the Forest Temple.
He got to Ook.
I beat him?
He died to Ook. Who died to Ook?
To be fair, I died to the plants he cut down.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to read off our positives first and then talk about the things we don't like?
Alright, yeah, we can go positives if you want. Go ahead.
Alright. So, I've got it set up by different categories here
Okay,
of things I like.
go ahead.
So, the dungeons. I'm a big fan of Goron Mines. I don't know why. I think it's the magnet boots.
But you're so slow!
But it's fun walking on the ceiling.
That part literally slows the pace of the dungeon down so much, and I hate that about it.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of it. The iron boots speak to me in this game.
I do like that part of the Goron Mines, how like there's 3 different pieces of the key that you gotta find,
Yeah.
and you get them from each of the elders.
Yeah, who are locked inside the mines for some reason.
Yeah, I do think that's great.
My next favorite dungeon is Arbiter's Grounds.
I love that dungeon as well.
It is a hard dungeon to hate.
Okay, one thing I will admit I don't love about Arbiter's Grounds is you fight an awesome boss, Death Sword, which is a great boss because you fight him I think you fight him completely as Wolflink.
I think so. Yeah.
Because he's like invisible.
Yeah.
You have to sense him out, but I think he becomes visible throughout the fight.
Something
But
like that.
you fight an awesome boss called Death Sword to get an item called the Spinner, which is just a fucking Beyblade.
Hey. We are not going to talk down to the spinner here. The spinner is the best.
The Spinner is okay.
It is one of my favorite weapons.
It's not a weapon.
You can use it as a weapon.
But it's horrible as a weapon.
It doesn't do damage, but you can use it. Temple of Time.
Its whole purpose is literally just to raise bridges.
In the next dungeon. Well, in 2 dungeons or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I like Temple of Time because it's, first you go up. Then you come back down. Except when you come back down, you got a big old statue friend.
I don't like how they turned that dungeon into like it's not really like an escort mission.
You're the one being escorted.
No, you literally escort the statue. Like once you get the statue,
That statue does all the fighting for you.
I don't like it though. It really makes the dungeon slow.
I don't know. I like it.
It is awesome smashing like all the bugs that were annoying as hell to kill, like the mini gomas.
Yeah.
With the hammer, I do like that. But other than that, it's average at best to me.
I don't know. I think it's different enough from the rest of the dungeons.
I think the best part of the Temple of Time in this game is entering it. That's it.
Yeah.
That entrance is pretty cool.
And then my final dungeon that I like is Hyrule Castle.
It was, in my opinion, the best Hyrule Castle before Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it did have that going for it.
It's the only one that's not destroyed.
Yeah, that sounds
like there's only a couple parts of it. Like this is like intact, and there's only a couple parts of it.
And then
that
you get
destroyed.
And then you get to see the Resistance help you out in like one cutscene.
Yeah,
I think they take out Nerifos.
One guy like shoots a cannon. He's like shoots a cannon or something.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I don't remember what his dumb name is.
Yeah.
He's the old man. The old man has a cannon. All right, so those were my dungeons that I like. Did you do it like that too, or no?
I'll show you exactly what I did. I just gotta pull out my notes. So this is what I did. I knew this would piss you off if I did this, because this is kind of a good and a bad thing. I ranked the dungeons. runes.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Like, in order from good to bad.
Okay, well, let's just talk about your top 4, because that's what I did about mine.
Okay, this is my top 4. Number 1, Snow Peak runes.
I mean, it's at least interesting because it's not a regular dungeon.
I just like how it's a mansion in the middle of, like, a mountain.
But it's all block puzzles.
Not all of it.
It's all sliding block puzzles.
I just like how it's 2 Yetis in the middle of nowhere, and they send you on, like, they forget where the mirror is.
Find the cheese.
Find the cheese. Find the... What are the other 2 items?
It's goat cheese, a pumpkin.
Yeah, it's a pumpkin, and I think it's a fish.
It might be it.
I don't remember
No,
what
you
it
bring
is.
the fish to them before.
He's carrying a fish. I remember that when you meet him.
Yeah.
Yeti. Or no, Yeto.
I think it's just the Ordon goat cheese and the pumpkin, and then she's like, "Oh no, wait, this is where the key is," and then that's where the key is.
But the only thing I think that holds it back is aesthetically, it's nice, and I love the dungeon theme too. Aesthetically, I think it's nice, but I hate the guys that throw the icicle spears at you.
Yeah, those guys are assholes.
They are assholes. The only thing I think that holds it back is I think you get the most useless item in the game after its dungeon, which is the ball and chain.
You're wrong, but okay.
How often do you use the ball and chain?
I use it all the time. I love hitting things with the ball and chain. It's my favorite.
Yeah, but it's...
I will drop the sword for the ball and chain any day.
It's not required, though. It's only good in Hyrule Warriors.
The ball and chain is great, and I will not have you disrespect it.
I will disrespect it. Alright, number 2, we will agree, it's Arbiter's Grounds.
Okay.
I do love Arbiter's Grounds. I think it was a kind of a tie for me. Just because it's the place where they executed Ganondorf. It's a prison.
Yeah, and it's got a whole bunch of skellies.
Fun fact, when you enter Arbiter's Grounds, the sound you hear at the beginning is Death's Sword. That really weird, like, sound you hear. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, it's like a really...
No, we didn't get to see Phil get that far.
Yeah, that would take months.
I would accelerate as I got better.
Anyway.
But yeah, I just love how it's like... You fight King Bulblin there for like the 3rd time.
You don't fight him in Arbiter's Grounds. You fight him outside of
Oh,
Arbiter's
yeah,
Grounds.
you're right. I knew it was in there in the Gerudo Desert.
And then he lights the building on fire. He's like, fuck this noise, I'm out.
Fuck this guy, he's just gonna die.
Look, if I can't beat him with my axe, I'm going to cheat. I will lock him in a burning building.
The whole dungeon reminded me of, like... I don't know if you ever seen the Mummy movies.
Maybe as a child.
It's like... You remember those, like, bugs that can, like, crawl over you?
Scarabs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of, like, a place that was, like, really cursed. It reminded me of You know what it really reminded me of? A combination of the Shadow and the Spirit Temple.
I mean, it is in a desert with skellies, so, I mean, that's basically...
That's why I really loved it. Alright, number 3. You're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this so much.
Is it Twilight Palace?
Yes! It's the Palace of Twilight.
Twilight Palace sucks!
Mostly because I love the Twilight as a people.
They suck!
They're
they
great.
Look awful.
I
They
think
look
they're
like
great.
blobs. They're blob people.
I just think they're cool people, and we haven't had...
Phil, you must stay awake for this. You must hear about the blob people.
Phil, if you're gonna be here, you gotta stay awake.
I'm not gonna fall asleep.
You might.
I mean, we were talking about...
We just talked about your favorite environment, deserts.
What? Alright, I'll try and be more present. I'm sorry. I just realized I have nothing to say, so...
Okay.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Forest Temple anymore.
Yeah, no, and I don't want to talk about it.
Alright. But I also really like that... I'll admit the hand that grabs the ball...
Zant's hands?
Dance hands that grabs the ball from... That's annoying. But the dungeon theme, just the atmosphere, how it's just the origin of the Twilight. It's where they live. And how you enter the Mirror of Twilight to get there.
Ah, yes, the trash chute. That's what it is.
Kinda, yeah, you're not wrong.
Man, we can't kill this guy. Send him down the trash chute.
It might be unfair to me to rank it that high because the dungeon itself isn't great. It's more or less the atmosphere and everything that gets me, the dungeon theme too, that gets me.
I mean, if
to
you
rank it
say
that high.
so.
I like it.
I mean, if you say so.
You'll agree with number 4.
Will I? This is the Forest Temple.
Hyrule Castle.
Oh, cool, cool.
Because I like Hyrule Castle even though it's just like a gauntlet.
I'm glad we agreed on 2 of these.
It's essentially just a gauntlet though, I'll admit, of you just fighting baddies until you get to Ganondorf.
Pretty much. But you get to use a spinner in it, so it's got that going for
I'm pretty sure it uses every item, even the Dominion Rod. Does it use?
I don't think it does.
I know you have to use the ball and chain at one point.
Yeah.
To destroy statues.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's my top 4.
So I guess, oh wow, I only have 3 dungeons I don't like. Huh. So you want to now do your bottom 3? And then whatever we don't talk about, we don't talk about?
You can tell me the dungeons you don't like, and I can just talk about the rest of the ones. I guess.
The dungeons I don't like are Lake Bed Temple.
Understandable.
Because I always seem to not know where the water needs to go at any given time. Because, like, you turn the center staircase, it's like, oh, no, water's not going that way, so the gears aren't moving, and fuck you. Guess who gets to go back to the top and then claw shot your way back up, and it's you.
Yeah.
That being said, I do enjoy Lake Bed Temple's boss.
Oh, Morpheal?
Morpheal's great. Morpheal is very bland, but Morpheal's great.
He's a better version of Morpha, in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much. First phase Morpheal's just Morpha.
Yeah.
City in the Sky.
Here we go.
City in the Sky just sucks. It's so bland. It just feels so empty and just wrong.
I feel like you don't like Sky Dungeons.
It's not so much Sky Dungeons, it's just, like when you make the entire aesthetic white and cloudy. Like,
well, you are in a sky.
I'm aware of that, but there are colors in the sky.
Blue.
There are other things besides clouds.
I don't know, man. There's some sunrises and sunsets I've seen that have added some fucking color.
Yeah,
it's not like Star Wars.
City in the Sky doesn't.
No, I mean in reality, I've seen better.
Phil's been on a plane.
So have I.
That too.
Exactly.
But
you just know how bland.
I've been in
the
sky when there's overcast.
No, I've seen a sunrise where there was like all sorts of shades between blue and red. That was just nutty. So,
and you get none of that in City in the Sky.
Good to hear.
It's just midday all day.
Yeah, but what other... This isn't going to add much. I know you're just going to hit it. You do get to see the boss, Argarok.
Oh boy. Boss Argarok flying around.
There's also... What other boss or dungeon in the Zelda series has a shop?
Yeah, a shop that sells garbage. It's literally just there so you don't have to go back and ride the cannon.
It's convenient. I always liked it.
It's fine. I don't remember there being anything valuable in the shop.
You get the best item in there.
Do you?
You get another claw shot.
Oh, in the dungeon itself. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you can buy the best item in the shop. It's like, what? What have I been missing?
And I do like fighting. What are they called? Araphos.
Araphos are cool. Anyway,
I do like fighting Araphos.
And then my final dungeon that I just despise is Twilight Palace.
Palace of Twilight.
Whatever. Who cares? It's wrong. I hate it. I hate almost everything to do with Twilight in Twilight Princess. I hate 50% of the title. Just gonna put it out there.
But it's all about that princess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. You don't like any of them.
Do you even... About City in the Sky, do you even like Argarok?
Argarok is fine. He's just incredibly bland, because it's like, oh, you used the claw shots to just...
It is a remixed Morpheal.
It is, but Morpheal is cool, because Morpheal is really big.
Argarok's a dragon.
Argarok is a tiny dragon.
Yeah.
He's like Charizard size.
They are incredibly easy, except because he just like the only thing he does, you put on the iron boots and you bring him down to the ground.
Yeah.
And then
that's it. And then
he does mix it up on you too in the final phase when like he
rotates his fire breath. Ooh
yeah.
Boy.
That's
ooh boy. Okay. That's all I got for.
Okay, so
So the dungeons I didn't bring up specifically, I feel nothing towards them, which I think might just be the Forest Temple.
That was me too.
And Snow Peak or Snowhead or
So
Snow
you
Zone.
consider them average?
I consider them fine. There's nothing I like about them, but there's nothing I hate about them.
So those were my two average ones. City in the Sky were something I felt nothing towards. I considered it average. And that was also the lake bed. Forest, I thought it was just... It was okay. It's also... That was number 7 on my list. I thought it was okay. and I felt nothing towards it, honestly. It's a tutorial dungeon, but I think it's unnecessarily long for a tutorial dungeon.
Yeah, I know. We spent like 3 hours in it.
Yeah, Phil, I would have beaten it already, but... And then Temple of Time. I pretty much already said it, but I don't care too much for Temple of Time. Not this game's Temple of Time, but Armor is just not that great.
I love Armagoma.
All you do is shoot it in the eye and fall down. And
it's a Goma. What did you expect?
You shoot it in the eye and then you just... It's satisfying. You smash it with the Dominion Rod.
Yeah, you get a big fucking hammer.
It's a big hand. You use
it as a hammer.
The statue uses hammer arm. That's it.
Yeah, it's great.
And then I had my least favorite. This took me a minute to decide because I had to really think about this. But the really slow pace and everything, and just the upside down switch shooting and everything, and of Goron Mines, I thought was really annoying.
That's fair.
Plus, it was hard for me to pick which dungeon I didn't like the least in Twilight Princess, and I had to go with Goron Mines just because of the really slowness of the Iron Boots.
That's fair. I mean, it is a slower dungeon, but I just really like walking on the walls. Like, yep, here I go.
It was cool how you were walking like upside down and shit, but it was just ungodly slow, which it made sense, but
yeah. No, I get it. If your main complaint is slow, then yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right to assume you rank the bosses as well?
I didn't in this, but I can. We can rank them now.
Because I've got most of the bosses written down in either categories that I like or dislike.
Okay.
I mean, I can just go off on that.
Did you rank... It looks like you ranked the mid-bosses as well.
I did. Well, it's not so much I ranked them. It's just, do I like them? Yes, here they are. Do I hate them? Yes, here they are.
Okay.
It also includes regular enemies, too. If they've changed from previous iterations.
Okay.
So, first boss that I put on the liked list was Dangoro.
Okay.
Because he's a big Goron. You just put the Iron Boots on your list like, well...
He's the mid-boss of Goron Mines, right?
Yeah. You're just like, well, I'm going to throw you in the lava.
I do like that idea.
It's sumo wrestling to the extreme.
You just slice his chest and then you just throw him in the lava?
Yeah. It's sumo wrestling to the extreme.
He was fun to fight, I'll admit that.
And then I also put Phyrus on there.
I didn't like Phyrus.
I love Phyrus because it's the same concept as Dangoro, except, just like, I'm going to pull your chain and now you're going to fall on your face.
I just thought he was too easy.
He is very easy. But I'm not going to take points off for him being very easy. Next one is Morpheal, and I really like Morpheal because it's big.
Just a giant eel.
It's a giant fucking...
I love the name.
It's actually a loach.
Is it?
Theoretically.
Oh.
Theoretically, it's a Hylian loach.
Yeah.
That's, for some reason...
So I'm looking at your list right now. Is this a ranking?
No, these are not in any order.
Okay.
Well, technically they are in order, and it's by when they appear in the game.
Yeah, I'm putting that together now.
To some extent, I tried to...
Yeah, because I'm looking at... you don't have Diabob on there yet, and I'm guessing that's in your not like list. Which I totally understand, because there's no clever tutorial on how to fight it. Ook just comes in, it's like, hey, I have bombs.
It has very weird hitboxes.
Yeah.
So, you talked about him earlier, but that's Death Sword.
I love Death Sword.
He comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He is a thing you do not expect. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, huh.
He's original to Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like.
Kind of reminds me a lot of Gomez from Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
And just being kind of weird and out there.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing is you don't really have to... Technically, you wouldn't have to fight him if you weren't an asshole and broke the talismans.
Yeah. You pissed him off. You deserved it.
Well, you just literally unsealed him.
Yeah, and when that happens, too, it's just a floating sword until you turn into wolf form.
Also from Arbiter's grounds is Stallard.
Which is also a great boss.
I like Stallard because he's also big.
Yes, he's just a giant skelly.
And you get to use the spinner on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he shares the same theme as King Dodongo from Ocarina of Time. I think it's like a remix or something.
I'm trying to think how.
I don't know. It's just stuff I've read.
Because you don't use bombs.
Well, yeah.
He just rolls around the arena.
No, the theme song.
Oh, you're talking about the theme song.
The battle theme.
Okay, yeah.
Not like the thematics of the fight.
Okay, I was like, the fight is nowhere near as similar. You don't throw bombs in Stallard's mouth?
I mean, I wish you could, but no. You just break his spine, and then you hit him in the face. So Dark Knight. Weird that a common enemy becomes a mid-boss, and then becomes common enemy again.
I do have to say, I think this is the best looking Dark Knight.
Oh, I'm a big fan, especially as you like chip off its armor, and then he's just like, you know what?
I'm just gonna check the sword.
I don't need this big sword. We're gonna fence now.
I love how they kick you too. Like they're really fun to fight.
Oh yeah, they're really neat. I enjoy them a lot.
Like they're a mid boss in the Temple of Time, and they just become common enemies eventually.
Yeah, well, you don't fight them again until Hyrule Castle, where there's like 3 of them.
You could fight them before that.
Yeah, in the Cave of Ordeals.
Mm-hmm.
You said you didn't like Armagoma.
It's not that I don't like Armagoma. I just think it's average.
I don't think Armagoma needed to be so late in the game.
Yeah.
It's much like the original Goma, showing up in Dungeon 6 to die to 1 arrow.
I do love its little touch at the end where the eye comes out and all the baby Gomas, and you have to shoot it with the bow.
I just chase it down.
I would shot it with the bow. It's a one-hit kill.
I always chase it down because I'm like, I'm going to kill all your babies and I'm going to kill you.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was funny. Like, Link sheathes his sword and he's like, wait.
He's like, there ain't no heart
This fight
container.
is not over.
There's no heart container here. So, despite hating the Palace of Twilight, I do enjoy the Zant fight.
It's just a boss rush.
Yeah, it's Zant cosplaying as other bosses.
It's great, though, because, like, when you're fighting... I love when he cosplays as Blizzetta. He just does a giant Blizzetta, and you have to hit it with a ball and chain, and he just shrinks.
Yeah, it's really good.
Same with Morpheal. Just 3 giant masks come up, and you have to hookshot him.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I think it's a clever boss, but he's just... It really shows that he's not as strong as you think he is.
Until you get to his final phase, and then...
Yeah, when he's...
Where it's just,
he
hey,
brings out
you
the
know
centaurs.
what? He's like, you know what? Swords. That's how we're going to settle this. Ganondorf. Not a specific phase, just kind of all 4 phases are fine.
I will say this. I love... The only part of of the Ganondorf fight in Twilight Princess I like is the Beast Ganon.
Really?
I don't like the human form. I like the human form Ganondorf, even though it's essentially just a glorified Dark Knight.
More or less.
That's essentially what it is. The theme's great, but I love the Beast fight. That theme is perfect. It's Wolf Link against Beast Ganon.
Yeah.
I think that is the best fight in the game. It's one of my favorite fights in the game, if we're talking about bosses. I just love the part where you're in human form Link and he's like coming you have to look for you're looking around the boss room and you have to like see which side he's coming out of.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was really cool. And I think it's the best looking Beast Ganon. I don't know, but
I don't know, man. Ocarina of Time is so
yeah, I
hard
was
to
thinking
beat.
that, but this one's more of like a beast. It's not like pig like.
No, this one's a boar.
Yeah, this one's like boar like. It's not like pig like.
Ocarina.
No, they're both pigs.
Ocarina of Time is more of a humanoid.
Yeah, humanoid. This one's more like this one's on 4 legs.
This one is just full on. It's a boar.
Yeah, this one's more like.
Too bad he isn't blue.
No, he's
I miss Blue Ganon.
He's just red and black. He came out of Shadow the Hedgehog.
It's unfortunate.
I will say this is my favorite looking Ganondorf. Like, I like this Ganondorf.
I don't.
He's the most intimidating looking Ganondorf.
I don't know. Ocarina of Time Ganondorf has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
I love Wind Waker.
Cool. We all disagree on which is the sexiest Ganondorf. That's great.
I didn't say he was sexy.
Nope. That's what we were talking about.
All right, fine. I'll sleep.
I don't know. I might be a little bit with Jake about, like, which Ganondorf is the sexiest. But, like, I mean,
if we're all being honest, it's got to go to Breath of the Wild and the Pig Noodle.
Ganondorf is terrible in Breath of the
That's
Wild.
just Ganon. That's not Ganondorf.
All right, then Breath of the Wild 2, Dehydrated.
All right, back to Twilight Princess.
Actually, to be fair, the sexiest Ganon is clearly the one from Hyrule Warriors.
I agree with that, but back to Twilight Princess.
So, I've got 2 common enemies on here, one being Aerophos. I guess it's a mid-boss. It's not a very intimidating mid-boss.
Yeah. They're fun to fight, though.
Yeah, they've got a nice little mechanic where they fly and they hold up their shield, and you're just like, I'm Scorpion now, get over here.
They have claw shot targets on them.
And then I do like what they did with the chews.
They're very realistic chews. They have no face.
They're just slime beans that merge and become bigger slime beans. It's my favorite thing to do is in Lake Bed Temple. In the first room, there's a whole bunch of chews on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I just kind of corral them around until they become a really big chew, and then I leave.
Oh yeah, I forgot. All of them just like bunch up together.
Yeah, they just become one massive chew, and it's just like, huh, that's cool.
That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that.
You got any bosses you'd like to add to your their favorites or whatever?
Okay, so I love Snow Peak Ruins, but Blizzetta isn't that great. All you do is hit it with a ball and chain. But I like how there's like a reflection of ice you got to look up to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the boss itself that like it's average. I'll give it that. But I love the ending scene where Yeto just runs into the room,
Just bitch slaps you out of the way.
bitch,
What are
and
you
then picks
doing
her
to
up and
my
holds her.
wife?
Picks her up and holds her and loves her, and that's how you get the heart container.
I remember that.
I thought that was great. My favorite boss would have to either be Stallard or Dark Beast Ganon. I don't know if he. I think he is called Dark Beast Ganon.
I think so.
In the beast form. Argarok's not up there. I do like the Zant fight. What would be my favorite boss? They're all okay. It's not the bosses I like, it's the dungeons. But the bosses are pretty good. For the most part.
I'm a bigger fan of the bosses than I am the dungeons.
That's weird. We're just so opposite on Twilight Princess. It's amazing.
Is it amazing?
No. Because
Don't worry, I'll bridge the gap.
If you say so.
Fyrus looks great, but I don't think mechanically he's that great. All you gotta do is shoot him in the face and trip him.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun to trip the big man.
Yeah.
That's what you get for walking around with chains.
I do like, he doesn't really count as a boss, but I do like fighting King Boblin.
He counts as a boss. He's totally a boss. He's at least a mid-boss.
You don't get a heart container from him.
Yeah, but you get to beat him up 4 times.
Yeah, he's a good rival. That's what I call him, as a rival.
Yeah, he's still pretty much a boss. I'd at least call him a mid-boss. Like, at least the 2 times you fight him with swords.
Mm-hmm. I would say Stallard's probably my favorite to fight.
Alright. So, bosses and enemies I don't like. Diababa.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand it.
Just use the boomerang to chuck a bomb.
I mean, I understand that. It's just, you use the boomerang and Ook swings by and then Diababa just looks at it like, nah. And then sometimes Diababa's like, well, I guess I got, so.
Mm-hmm.
The Twilight Bloat. I hate this thing. This thing is bad.
Oh, are you talking about the final one in the lake?
In Lake Hylia.
In Lake Hylia?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I think it's just gross and wrong.
They had to have like one final thing.
I mean, yeah, they had to have something, but man, the Twilight Bloat just looks gross.
It's just a giant version of a regular one.
Yeah, it's got those weird little like noodly arms.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, sit on his chest and do your spin attack. Yeah. It's like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
We did talk about Blizzetta. I don't like Blizzetta because, like, it's just, hey, you're on an ice floor. Watch Blizzetta fall. Hit it with the one thing, the ball and chain.
Right.
The thing you love that you can't remember the name of.
I'm sorry. I watched you play for 3 hours. My brain is dead. My brain is turned off.
I mean, so is Wolf Links.
Yeah, they
Many
won't,
concussions.
they won't understand that.
I just explained it.
Whatever. So Xant's hands, I hate them with a passion.
Yeah,
They are the most anxiety-filling things in this game.
they're anxiety filled, but if it's your first playthrough, I'd understand.
No, these things give me anxiety even when I know how to deal with them.
Claw shots make it easy for him to not grab the orb, though.
Yeah, I still hate it though.
I think you can stun the hands easily.
You can shoot them with arrows too. It's fine. But, like,
If you know what you're doing, this game is a cakewalk.
and the thing that I hate the most in the enemy variety are the Dongos. They got demoted so hard.
Yeah.
They are just big geckos now.
Pretty much.
They were really cool in Ocarina of Time. They were intimidating. These were just geckos. These are just big geckos you slap in the ass. You don't kill them with bombs.
Wow.
He's right.
You just hit them in the butt. And then they die. And it's just... That was pointless. Mm-hmm. I think it is the biggest insult in this game.
You think it's a big insult because they downgraded the Dongos?
They got downgraded so hard they haven't shown up since.
You're going to talk about how they downgraded the Bokoblins?
Yeah, the Bokoblins don't look great. I mean, I know what they're going for. They're trying to make it more like realistic demons.
That's what Twilight Princess tried to do. It has a realistic approach.
Yeah, they're trying to make them look like Oni. But man, they just look bad. But the Dongos got hit the hardest. So hard they've been erased from the franchise.
I gotta look this up because it's like dry from my memory.
They're just big geckos now. And then they stopped showing up after this game. I'm pretty sure they haven't been in a 3D Zelda game since.
I can't wait till we get to mechanics.
Oh, you're right, they do. Those things in the Goron mines, you just hit them in the tail.
Yeah. Those are the Dongos.
And they just... The fire that comes out of their mouth, too, is just so underwhelming. Mm-hmm. It's just like one little...
Yeah. So they used to be cool, now they're not.
Like...
Oh, I know what they look like. I'm aware.
That's underwhelming.
You can show Phil. I mean, Phil probably doesn't.
Yeah, it's underwhelming. Top is Twilight Princess, bottom is Ocarina.
Yeah, that's...
It's a downgrade, I'll admit.
Yeah, you just... Wow. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, they're just geckos. I hate it.
They got scalies going on, but that's about it.
Okay. So that's bosses.
Bosses and enemies, yeah.
Yep.
So, mechanics and items.
You're gonna have to explain that first one, because I think we bitched about that quite a bit.
So, yeah, learning skills is a cool thing. It's not the... Twilight Princess isn't the first to do this.
It's Minish Cap.
It's actually Zelda 2.
If you want to be technical, yeah.
Yeah, I do want to be technical.
What's... Are you talking about, new spells?
The up slash
and
the down
yeah,
slash.
the down thrust, up thrust.
Yeah.
I played through Zelda 2 one time.
Yeah, I know. I played through it 1.5 times. So anyway, learning skills is pretty cool. Two of them that I particularly like. And I know I've made a case to both of you about the Mortal Draw. How they're like, it's unblockable, and then it's blockable.
Mm-hmm.
But pulling off the Mortal Draw on something that can't block it is the best. It just feels amazing. Even though you could have taken care of that enemy way faster if you didn't do it.
It's cool, but how often are you actually going to use it?
You won't. You won't ever use
I never use the Mortal Draw.
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of when it works, it works.
It's satisfying, I'll give you that.
And then the other one I've got down is the Helm Splitter, which I didn't realize was to follow up to the Shield Bash.
I think you can use a Helm Splitter without the Shield Bash. Maybe, I don't know. But I always did... The thing I would do a lot was Shield Bash and then Helm Splitter.
No, I'm pretty sure you do need to do the Shield Bash because you need to knock him off guard. If it were Wind Waker, you could do the Helm Splitter without.
It's really good to do that combo on Dark Nuts.
Yeah, I suppose the other thing would be whatever the roll around thing, whatever that is. I don't remember what the skill is.
I don't think it's a skill. I think it's just an attack.
Is it the thing that you roll around and get behind them and then you do the twirl?
Yeah, I think that's just an attack.
I thought that was a skill you had to learn.
It might be. The only other one I'm thinking of, I'm just going to show it to you because I don't remember what it's called. Link does like this with his sword and then jumps up like this.
Yeah, the
and
jump
slams.
Flash.
Yeah,
where it's
it's like an AOE like slam.
Yeah, it's the jump attack powered up, but you have to just charge it like the spin attack.
And it's like a really good crowd control attack.
I'm gonna look it up real quick because
the scrolls.
Yeah, I want to make sure.
The ending blow is the first one. Then it's the Shield Bash.
Because I'm pretty sure the backstab is a...
You might be right. It might be the... No, you're right. The roll around. I think that is a skill. I think it's like the third or fourth one you learn.
Yeah, the backslice.
The backslice, yeah.
Yeah, you got the ending blow, shield attack, backslice, helm splitter, mortal draw, jump strike, great spin.
Yep, you're right.
Wait, mortal draw isn't even the last one you learn?
No.
No,
It feels like it should be.
The great spin will always be the last one.
Yeah. Sometimes known as the hurricane spin, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, no. So a few of the skills are kind of cool. I don't really care for the jump strike because like it
takes a lot of time to charge up too. It takes
it's like charging up a spin attack, except if you don't do the free spin attack, where you rotate the stick. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's still a thing you can do.
I think it is.
I mean, it was a thing you could do in Ocarina, so...
It wasn't a thing you could do in Ocarina, I think.
No, you could do it. You could do the...
Not the full-powered one.
No, well, you do the blue power.
It was a thing you could do in Majora's Mask, which I did all the fucking time.
I think you would do the blue power one, and it was a free one. You didn't waste any magic.
It's the thing I love about Majora's Mask. Once you master the spin attack, you just do the red one every time you did that.
Yeah, so we talked about the claw shots, and I'm a big fan of the claw shots. I prefer the hook shot, but claw shots aren't bad.
They get the job done. They both do.
Yeah. It's cool when you get both of them. You can just... I'm Spider-Man now.
Spider-Link, yep.
Yeah. You're probably going to disagree with me on this one, but the iron boots just being magnetic now.
They're cool aesthetically, but when you're trying to traverse, not really.
Yeah, you wouldn't wear them when you're traversing.
Like when you're trying to traverse around Goron Mines, I've already established this, but it's just... Especially since that leads to a piece of heart, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, I forgot the piece of heart. Time to go back.
Yep, time to drop into the water and, and just kind of float over there, whatever. So I put the Zora Armor on here. Not specifically because it's like new or anything, but it does allow you to swim. Mm-hmm. Which, when I put it on, I'm like, that's the first time you can swim in a Zelda game. And I'm like, no, Majora's Mask did it first.
Yeah.
But you can swim with it. It looks kind of cool when you're underwater because he pulls up the mask.
Mm-hmm. You also take double damage by fire and ice.
Yeah.
If you want a real challenge...
Challenge run, baby.
Wear that with the Ganondorf amiibo and hero mode.
Challenge run. I mean, it wouldn't matter. You'd probably die anyway in one hit.
It would probably do like 10 hearts.
At least. The spinner.
You like the spinner?
I really enjoy the spinner because it's stupid.
It's stupidly cool.
It's one of the dumbest items we've ever gotten. And I love it. Because it makes no sense.
I love fighting Stallard with it, though. It's so satisfying.
Yeah, no, it's real good. So, I think this is the first time you can combine items to make, the bomb arrows. Mm-hmm. Which is just a projectile bomb.
This is the first game with bomb arrows. I think it was... Yeah, and then they came back in Breath of the Wild.
But yeah, no. It's just a projectile bomb. What's not to like?
Yeah, but this game doesn't have elemental arrows, which I think kind of sucks.
Yeah.
There's no magic.
So, yeah. Speaking of arrows, I also like the Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's cool.
It's a completely optional item. And it doesn't really do much aside from it's a telescope.
Turns a bow into a sniper.
Yeah. It's really good for...
There's a piece of heart. Remember when you have to, I think it's how you get the Hawkeye.
You buy the Hawkeye. You just buy it.
Yeah, but you have to shoot that pole up
You can do it without the Hawkeye.
You have to shoot that pole up near, what's his name, Talon?
Talo.
Talon's from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
God damn, those are so similar names. You have to shoot that pole up near him, and I think you get a piece of heart or something for it.
Mm-hmm. You don't need the Hawkeye for it. I've done it without the Hawkeye.
I just remember it's related. I just remember it being related or something, but...
That's the major use for the Hawkeye. It's that one thing. But
it's satisfying to do it without it.
And then the final thing I wanted to talk about for mechanics that I like is horseback combat.
Mm-hmm. That's the first time I had the sword.
Because you're no longer locked to the bow.
Yeah.
You can do spin attacks. You can do lazy swipes. I mean, you probably wouldn't fight anything on a horse that isn't Lord Bulbin, King Bulbin. I think it's King Bulbin.
It's nice, being able to use your sword. Because there was times in Ocarina of Time you really want to, but
Yeah, the big pose.
I mean, yeah, how are you gonna fight a big Poe with your sword? But still.
So now moving on from the mechanics and items that I don't like. Wolf Sense is a big one that I don't like.
Why?
Because it turns the screen dark.
Mm-hmm.
And where they want you to use it when you're hunting down the Tears of Light. I'm assuming... So I'm thinking the Tears of Light, what the original intent was that was so you can go around the area and kind of survey it.
Yeah.
So when you when you purify the area, you kind of know what everything is. You can't really do that with the wolf sense on, because the wolf sense, you can see about 3 feet in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, wow, look at all that area I can't see.
It like cuts the draw distance to like a quarter. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's not fantastic.
Yeah.
I get it in like what they're going for. Like, of course, you're gonna focus on the thing that's right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that just kills me. It's just like, whenever I'm in the Twilight world, it's just like, okay, well, the screen's gonna be 90% dark now. Like,
because the Twilight's already dark, so then when you go to Wolf Sense,
it's like that's just how it is.
It's even darker now.
It's gonna be dark, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah.
I also dislike the lack of item use after the dungeon. I put hawks on there because you don't use hawks after Ordon Village. I can't think of any notable use for the hawks after Ordon Village.
I want to say you use it one more time.
But you're
right.
I can only remember the grass is on, or I can only remember using it to get the cradle back and to knock down the beehive. I cannot for the life of me remember anywhere else he would use it.
I think it's like meant to be a side thing to use. Like if you want to use it,
they put it in the trailer. They put it in the trailer. But it's so cool, just Link now has a hawk. Why would you get rid of that?
Don't worry.
They could have well, to be fair, he has a Hawkeye.
Fair enough.
Don't worry, they bring it back.
I mean,
the next game.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, yes.
You wanted a bird. You
Phantom
got one.
Hourglass, the next game.
What?
Phantom Hourglass. Well, actually, it's Link's crossbow training.
Oh, God. Phantom Hourglass came out after Twilight Princess?
2009.
Fuck.
2006.
Okay,
2007.
2009 was Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
The next console game.
Okay. That's still Link's crossbow training.
Fuck you!
That counts.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Well, it's not in the timeline, but it's...
Alright, so the next one, we've talked about it a few times already. It's the spinner. I can think of 2 uses of the spinner after the dungeon.
You use it in your favorite temple, City in the Sky.
Yeah, you use it there. Okay, I can think of 3 uses. You use it in City of the Sky, you use it in Hyrule Castle, and there's a optional area in Hyrule Field that you can use it. And I think you get a heart piece out of it.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, there's a place in Hyrule Field where you go up and there's a heart piece.
Yeah, it's in a canyon. And then
there's also it gets used several times in Hyrule Field to lead to rupees and heart pieces because there's a place outside that leads to 100 rupees. I remember that.
And then the final weapon that just gets dropped after use in a dungeon is the Dominion Rod.
Yeah, it loses its power after Temple of Time, and then you have to get it back.
Yeah, it's something I have a lot of fun with, but you don't use it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think you get to control one statue to move out of the way. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. You do use it to move all the owl statues to get the letters. So I guess it does get used a bit more. But,
yeah, that's about it.
But after that, then it's just kind of like, well, this is in my inventory forever. I do not like the lantern and oil mechanics.
Why?
I do not think that there needed to be oil. The lantern would have been just fine by itself.
You don't think you need to pay for oil?
No, I don't think you need to refill oil.
You don't... Yeah.
That's just inconvenient.
Yeah, but, they were trying to go for a more,
I know they were trying to go for realism, and, the lantern in A Link to the Past uses magic.
Mm-hmm.
But like that one still functions as a lantern, even if you don't have magic. Like it's still
Like, plus you use magic to use like fire arrows and shit in Ocarina of Time.
Dark temples in Link to the Past.
Palace of Darkness.
What?
Palace of Darkness. I'm pretty sure you use the thing in there.
I don't think the lantern itself lights anything.
No, it lights up around you. It puts a vision cone in front of you.
I don't remember having to use it to do that, though.
Having it equipped does it. Normally, if you don't have it equipped, it's just Link on the screen.
Ooh. Okay.
One thing I've noticed you haven't said yet is I would have used this item a lot more. I think this is the most useless item in Twilight Princess, the magic armor. I would say it's useless because they didn't make it like Wind Waker's.
The 1%.
If they would have made it like Wind Waker's, I would have used it all the time. Because Wind Waker's only drains rupees when you take damage. Mm. And Twilight Princess, you constantly drain rupees. Money. You constantly drain rupees, and you take even more. You lose even more rupees when you take a hit.
I completely forgot about the magic armor because it's so inconsequential.
Yeah, and it's actually annoying to get too. It takes a lot of rupees to get. So by the time you actually get access to it, you're out of rupees. Don't worry,
I'll talk about that. I will talk about it.
I didn't see it on your list. That's why I mentioned it.
It's under miscellaneous.
Oh,
because it's not really so much a mechanic.
Because that was one under mine.
So this one is a very minor gripe of mine. But you know in Ocarina of Time when you collect all the Skulltulas in an area, they put a little icon to tell you, hey, you've gotten all the Skulltulas. Mm-hmm. They don't do that for Pose.
Yeah, they do. They do it in HD. You get the Pose lantern.
They don't They don't do it in vanilla. They do not do it in vanilla.
Okay, well...
You gotta remember which ones you've gotten.
Okay, well, they tell you where a Poe is. They don't tell you where they don't tell you if you've gotten that Poe.
Yeah, you can't just, look at the map and go, do I have all the Poes in this area?
Okay, but much like Ocarina of Time, you really only need,
you don't need
half
that.
of them.
If you're going for 100%.
If you're a completionist, yeah.
That's why I said it's a minor gripe. Because it's something like, you guys had this back on the N64.
I agree, yeah.
This is 4 console games out. Why don't you have it now?
Mm-hmm. When I played Twilight Princess on the GameCube, I only got 20. Because you only need 20 for the Great Fairies tiers.
I remember looking it up and being like, did I get this one? I don't remember. Now I gotta go back to City in the Sky. Damn it.
Go back to City in the Sky to get that.
So the Shadow Beast fights.
Yeah.
They're really dumb.
There's a lot of them because each one's a checkpoint. Yeah, or a warp point.
Each one's a teleport. And they're the exact same fight every single time. You kill 2 of them, or you kill one and then you kill the other 2. And then if there's 4 of them, you kill 2 of them at once, then you kill the other 2.
Yep.
And it's just do you remember how to hold B? Yeah? Good job. You did it. Tears of Light. I think we can all agree this one's kind of garbage.
I don't understand the complaint with Tears of Light. It's repetitive, but I don't understand how it's so bad.
It goes back to the wolf sense. How you have to traverse this place in wolf sense.
But it's only when you find them.
I suppose, but still, it's just tedious.
I get how you said when the final fight's just underwhelming and gross,
I just find it tedious. It's just whatever.
And again, I always make the argument about the Sacred Realm and Skyward Sword that.
I mean,
it could be worse.
It'll probably come up in Skyward Sword. I'll probably bring up Tears of Light yet again. But yeah. I don't like the act of finding the Tears of Light. Nintendo didn't like it either. They took out a bunch.
Yeah.
It's just whatever.
I'm not okay, it might sound like I'm trying to defending it, saying, "Oh no, this is a great part of the game." It's probably one of the worst. But I'm just saying it's not horrible. I
mean, it's not the worst thing that
I approved of them taking it down, taking 4 out.
Yeah, no, that was nice.
That was actually nice because it does. I'll agree, it could get a little repetitive.
It's a real pain if you don't know which direction to go. Mm-hmm. And you're
Phil.
You're like Phil. You try to go for the ones at the far end first, and then you'll have to walk back to the other end. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this one is just a personal thing. I don't like the Gale Boomerang. I much rather prefer just a normal boomerang.
Oh, I like it.
I like the Gale Boomerang.
I don't know. I look at that and I go, man, you'd be so much better if you were just a regular boomerang.
If it was just a magic boomerang.
Not even a magic one, just a regular one, just a stick. Just a V-shaped stick. That'd be fine.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, like, also the Gale Boomerang only gets used, like, every so often. It's not like the bombs.
It's just an aesthetic thing. I look at it and I go, man, you look so dumb.
I mean,
You're just a pair of wings.
no, it's not a pair. One of the sides is a regular boomerang. The other side is the feathered wing. It's asymmetrical, which does kind of look weird.
Yeah, I just don't care for it.
But I like it functionally. I think it's a cool addition to what a boomerang does. Although real boomerangs don't actually come back to you. Fun fact.
And again, how many more times did we have to have just a regular boomerang in Zelda?
I don't know. I like the regular boomerang. Like I said, this is just a personal thing. This has nothing... I'm not going to knock points off the game for it not having my choice of boomerang.
I like the Lizalfos arms, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the skelly arm.
Yeah, where you throw it and it's a fucking boomerang. It's great.
So, finding the golden bugs. Those are really dumb because there's one in every area.
The one that always pissed me off was the one in the Sacred Grove. Because there was, like, one you get outside of the Temple of Time, and there's one inside the Temple of Time.
And they're in the exact same location, just in different time periods.
I searched for that bug in the Sacred Grove for hours and hours until I realized, oh, it's just in the Temple of Time entrance.
I think the one that I searched for the longest was the one in the Gerudo Desert.
Yeah, they're hard to find.
Because it's just like, oh man, gold on light brown.
They're just bugs.
I can totally find that one pretty easily. It's only like 2 pixels.
Yeah, they're harder to find than the pose.
Yeah.
Easily.
The only solace I have from this is the fact that if you find one, it'll give you a hint to where its pair is.
Yeah.
Because it's usually in the area immediately adjacent to it.
One thing I wish, especially for games like this and like this and Wind Waker really needed it. Like, what is the point of a rupee limit? Like, there just didn't need to be one, especially since your reward for these bugs is rupees. Especially when you get pairs, I think you get 100.
Yeah, I know you get bigger bags.
In the original, you had a max of 1,000, and in the original, you had to put the rupees back in the chests, which pissed me off a lot.
Do you still do that in HD?
No.
You just take it with you?
Yeah, you take the rupees with you.
Even if you can't hold them?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which I prefer.
Because that's the thing that I also enjoy. It's like, let's put it back. Let's not. No. Take it off the map then.
I really hate how you put especially in a dungeon, I really hate how you just put it back in the chest. It's like, come on. That's just stupid. But I'm really glad that was my favorite thing about Breath of the Wild. Like a 99,000 rupee limit. And no, it's 999,000.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's almost 1 million.
You don't even make that much.
Yeah, you never need that much.
I don't even know how you get money in that game.
You sell shit.
Yeah, why can't I just cut grass like a normal person?
Because, no, the fucking idea of finding money in the grass is stupid.
There's lore.
I love how the only time Phil talks is when I mention Breath of the Wild.
Because it's the one I finished! And it's
somehow.
It's somehow. Fuck you. I played that game like a champ.
I saw you play Twilight Princess.
It was sad.
I suck at it. Who'd have thunk it? I suck at earlier Zelda games. You wonder why I don't finish Ocarina.
Twilight Princess, one of the early Zelda games.
It is earlier.
It's not that early if you look at the span of Zelda games.
It's 20 years out.
It's earlier from
one.
any of the ones I care about.
All right, but
Wind Waker.
I was talking about rupee limits. That was pretty much it. I think it's
especially in a game. Well, I kind of understand the rupee limits for this one since magic armor just
magic armor is a thing, but like.
But yeah, that's one of the items you may never find.
Which they added the colossal wallet in HD.
Woo.
And you had to fucking earn it.
I don't know how you do it. Is it like Cave of Ordeals kind of bullshit?
Yeah, it was the wolf cave for the wolf amiibo.
Right.
Which wolf combat sucks. I'll admit it. Phil will admit it too.
I don't think it sucks. I just think wolf controls are rough. dog does not control
I
as
get
well.
it. He said rough.
I actually don't mind dog combat. It's just, I'd rather swing a sword.
Alright, so,
Also, I would have way more to say if I actually beat this game. The problem is that I literally made it like a 20th of the way into the game. So no, I don't
Not
have
even
a
a
lot
20th. You're probably like not even 5%, maybe not even 5.
that's a 20th.
Yeah.
Oh, 20th. I was thinking 20%.
Yeah, no. I'm not crazy enough to think I made it 20% of the game.
There's only like 4 dungeons in this game? Holy crap.
That would be nice. No, but I don't have a lot to say here other than like general things from having played it a little bit. So, yeah.
I mean, you can at least talk about this next thing, bomb spiders. Or spiderlings, or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah.
They suck, right? They're gross.
They're there before bombs.
I don't think they're gross.
They're their own individual item,
They
too.
got 4 legs.
I think they're gross.
They're their own individual item eventually, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would much prefer, bomb shoes.
Bomb shoes. I thought you said bomb shoes. I was like, what?
I would also prefer bomb shoes. Because you could probably raise your shield up and not take damage when they detonate.
That'd be a hell of a way to jump.
But, yeah, the bomb spiders are awful. Because they're just discount bomb shoes.
Yeah. They're
That's
called
it.
bomblings, I think.
Yeah, I don't care what they're called.
Yeah.
They're gross and nasty, and they're expensive.
Yeah.
Dude just sells you, hey, you want these spiders? You want to put them in your bag? Here you go.
They're not actually spiders.
Go away, weirdo.
The spiders in this game are horrifying, though.
Yeah, no, they're bad and they're gross. I
Sh-
kind of like
How do
them.
you think spiders in this game are horrifying when you played Bloodborne?
I hate them too!
Man, the Bloodborne spiders look like Mo from Three Stooges. Some of them do.
Are you talking about Patches?
Oh, those ones are funny.
love
No,
that
I find the regular black spiders from the Nightmare absolutely horrifying.
But these things are on a different level.
Oh no, they're scary too. Not quite as scary.
I don't know, they get up in your face and then they're like, haha, shields.
Yeah, except
Alright,
that they don't
so-
fucking care. The big ones never even hit me. But
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Just
Got
know
more
that
to
there's
say?
just know that there's like 4 different varieties of spiders in this game.
There are, yeah.
There's a lot of them. So this one's gonna sound weird, but the multiple bomb bags.
I mean, well, because there's 3 different type of bombs.
Yeah,
That's why there's 3 different.
yeah,
bomb
I'm
bags.
aware of that. I just hate getting the 3 different bomb bags. I think it's really dumb.
At first, I didn't know there was 3 because I only got 2.
I'm pretty sure
There is 3, but
and one of them you get from the raft minigame,
mm-hmm.
which we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of it because I think each bomb has a specific limit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you can have 30 regular bombs, 20 water bombs. And...
There's upgrades.
Is there upgrades?
There are upgrades. You can hold 60 bombs.
What a weird number. Why not 99?
100 arrows. You can hold 100 arrows.
Why not 99?
I don't know.
Wind Waker did it. Wind Waker found a way.
They did.
You wouldn't need 99 bombs ever in Wind Waker, but you could. Alright, so,
How much more do you got?
I've got miscellaneous things I like and miscellaneous things I don't like.
Okay.
One of the big things I like is the shootout.
I love that part.
Because it's got, like... It just becomes a Western.
And it's got really good, like, Western-themed music.
okay.
So you walk into Old Carrico.
Yeah, I know that area. I just don't remember a shootout part of it,
And
or how that would even work.
There's 20 Bulbins,
Mm-hmm.
and you just snipe them.
With what, the bow?
Yeah, with the bow.
No, your shield.
Yeah, you throw your shield at them like Captain America.
Uh,
And then you use your bomblings, and they climb up the walls and they blow up on them.
cool.
But I really like the shootout because the music. It's one of the few tracks in the game that's actually stuck with me.
Stuck with me, too, when I first heard it.
And then the other thing I like is Malo Mart.
Hell yeah.
Because how can you not?
You have to love Malomart. It's amazing.
I love getting to it, too.
I like when they open the Castletown branch and the dude just... The dude is now just ecstatic.
Have you ever gone to the place before it? The guy
Yeah.
that makes you polish your shoes before going in there?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And then I'm pretty sure the magic armor that's in there costs like 999,000 rupees.
It's something you can't feasibly have. It's like a 98% discount.
I'm pretty sure arrows. Like I'm pretty sure nothing in there you can afford.
Yeah.
Like it's and I tried seeing if I could buy it.
Yeah, I think when you finally are able to buy the magic armor from them, it's like a 97% discount.
Yes.
That's how expensive it costs.
Yeah, that store is incredibly worth getting. Like, because everything's like 10 arrows costs like 5 rupees.
Now, I talk about Malum art being really cool, and I like it.
The music's great too.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Malum art I don't like is the donations.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't know if you know about this. You remember the Springwater side quest, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, take this jug of spring water.
That's not that bad though.
It sucks because if you get hit by a keys that's just hanging around, you have to now walk back.
Is it really as bad as the shit in Ocarina of Time though?
Like what?
Like the trade quests in Ocarina of Time? I think those are worse.
Nah, dude, trade quests are super easy.
I mean, not if you're not a speedrunner.
I'm not a speedrunner.
Climbing up Death Mountain with the tears, I thought that was awful.
Don't climb up Death Mountain.
You have to.
Go through Goron City.
I've never went through Goron City for that.
You know the secret passage to Goron or to the Death Mountain crater in Darunia's room?
Yeah.
Go through there. What you do is you plant the bean as a child at the base of Death Mountain.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, no, you do that and you have like 3 minutes to spare.
No, that makes sense.
It is great. It is super easy. This, on the other hand, feels bad and tedious.
I never had a problem. All you gotta do is throw a barrel of water on the guy.
Yeah, and if you miss, you have to walk back. I hate it.
Suck.
I've missed before. I'm like, okay, there he is. Over his head. Cool. Now I get to walk back and old Goron gets to yell at me. And then you have to you just do the walk of shame through this empty area.
But you could warp back.
I mean, you could, but like, ugh. I hate it.
Convenience fast traveling.
I hate that side quest. But it's mostly the donations.
I
Hey, give me your
can't
money. It's like, I don't want to give you my money.
But you get a good shop out of it.
Mallow.
What else are you gonna do with that money, to be fair?
Use it on my magic armor. Watch it drain
Yeah,
out.
watch it. It's not like you have plenty of hearts.
Okay, so I touched on this earlier, the rafting minigame.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first part of it's fine, when it's you racking up points.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it's like, okay, now don't touch the walls.
Oh, that part sucks.
And it just speeds up, and it's just like, I'm sorry. And then you just get like, you push into a wall, and it's just like ding, 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 and like, there goes all my points.
Once you hit one wall, you're just done.
Mm-hmm. Like, you hit one wall, you bounce off, you hit the other wall, and you just keep bouncing back, and it's like, ugh.
In the water you go.
Yeah. It's like, well, that was a waste of 30 rupees for how much I ever spent to get in here. Now I gotta warp back. Woo! Hate it. Hate it so much. Roll goal. Hate it.
Isn't that how you get the frog lure?
There is absolutely nothing in roll goal.
It's how you get the frog lure to catch the Hylian Loach.
I'm pretty sure there is absolutely nothing in roll goal. I think there is no reward for
There's
winning.
no... I'm pretty sure you get the frog lure.
I'm looking it up right now. I want you to be wrong so badly.
I'm like 99% sure you get the frog lure out of it.
Let's see here. Oh, it costs 5 rupees per game and awards 10 per win.
And you're going to lose probably like 10 times. On the final one, you will.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You are awarded the frog lure.
What I tell you. But to be fair, you get nothing for catching the Hylian Loach.
If you complete... Hold on a sec here.
There is a heart piece to get in the fishing... in an empty bottle.
So, fun fact. You can, when you beat the first 8 levels, you can replay them in the same order, except they'll be mirrored with 20 seconds less than the time limit. If you can complete all 64 levels, you get a full wallet. She fills your wallet to the brim. For beating 64 levels of the worst minigame.
Imagine having the Colossal wallet. In HD.
Oh, cool. If you can try cheating too, you can jump over gaps. And then she'll be like, hey, no. 5 rupees, try again.
Fuck that.
Yeah, Robo sucks. I hate it. Hate everything about it.
Yeah, I think it made me rage at one point. Because I thought there was actually going to be something at the end of it. And there just wasn't. Except a frog lure.
Do they tell you that there's not going to be anything in it? Because I remember in Wind Waker, there's sliding puzzles. And they made explicitly clear, like, yo, you can solve these. You're not getting anything. And that just made me go, I'm going to solve these.
I'm pretty sure that she tells you there's nothing. You just win 5 rupees, or win 10 rupees.
Okay.
And catching the Hylian Loach with the frog lure, because you need the frog lure to catch the Hylian Loach, you get nothing. The only 2 things that are...
You get to put it in your book of fishery.
Yeah, there's nothing for completing that. There's a heart piece in there, and there's an empty bottle, and a sinking lure.
Yeah, and she'll yell at you if you use the sinking lure.
Not if you go alone.
You'll be banished to Ordon Woods.
Nice.
Farron Woods, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just
Did
like
you say Goron Woods?
Ordon.
Zora Woods.
Yes, the Zora Woods.
Zordon? What?
Yes.
Yes, the Power Ranger guy.
Power Ranger Zordon.
Speaking of Power Rangers, the Postman. I do not like him.
You don't like him in this game?
I do not.
You think he's annoying?
He shows up, talks to you for like a minute, and then it stops the game completely.
He's not like the Postman in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, that one does something.
Yes.
And you don't have to talk to him. This one, he just runs up to you and is like, his shorts. He's like, hey, how's it going?
Mm-hmm.
Fine weather we're having for shorts, right?
To be fair, he's like, hey!
Yeah, I run away from him every time.
You can't.
You totally can.
Cutscene locked.
I think if you turn into a wolf, like, you won't.
Well, you might run away then. Like, if you're a wolf, I think you like automatically switch back.
Oh, that's dumb.
Darn. He sees you and just knows it's you.
Ah, that wolf looks suspicious.
I can smell it.
I bet he wants a letter. All I know is like you warp back to the Hyrule Castle town, and then he's just immediately there. It's just like, stop it, dude. Stop it, please. You're not doing anything for me.
Right.
We talked about this earlier, the Master Sword statue puzzle.
I hate it.
It's bad. Moving on. I don't like the Lost Woods.
Why? Because you fight Skull Kid?
It's not so much you fight Skull Kid, it's just, it doesn't make too much sense. Like, it's just, oh, here's some puppets. I'm hiding in the woods somewhere.
The puppets are annoying, especially when you're, like, trying... It's annoying when you see Skull Kid and you're like, oh, I gotta shoot him with my bow. And it's like, oh, now here come the puppets, and they're just smacking you.
I think it's fine doing it as Wolf Link.
Yeah.
Because you can outrun the puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it as regular Link is like, why am I doing this again?
Yeah.
And let's not do this again.
Right,
These
I
puppets suck. A whole big bag of dicks. I hate them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fight Skull Kid for some reason, and it's like, that was dumb. This was dumb. Why did I do this twice?
Right.
Why do you do it twice?
Because you have to go back there for the Temple of Time.
Right.
I don't think you have a warp point there.
Yeah, because the warp doesn't show up until you come back the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
I'll agree, it is kind of dumb.
Okay, so now that I've spent like 40 minutes talking about things, do you got anything else on your lists?
I can just talk about why this is my second favorite Zelda game.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I really like Twilight Princess because of its realistic approach and its characters. Like,
Yes, Colin.
yes, Colin's great. I fucking love Colin, especially when you go to save him. It's great. I'm kidding. Fuck Colin.
No, don't fuck Colin. He's a child.
Okay.
No one will, and that's what matters.
All right, it's got my favorite companion in the entire series. I love Midna. I love her progression. Even though she treats you like shit at the beginning, and uses the ever living fuck out of you. Okay, I like Midna. I think she's great. I like how she goes from just not giving a shit about you to eventually becoming like, she has a real connection with you after you like go from like,
After she gets humbled by Zant.
pretty much. Well,
When she goes, oh wait, I actually can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm actually not that great.
Yeah, because Zant wanted like something different for their people. Zant like forced himself to be the king, essentially.
Yeah, he took over the throne.
Yeah.
That's why he's called the Usurper King.
Yes.
Yeah, because he took the throne.
You're right.
Yeah. I know.
And then Midna was he pretty much tried to force Midna to be the princess.
Lovely.
Did he?
Yeah, he wanted.
I don't think. I don't know. I just know he turns her into an imp because he's like, screw you.
Yeah.
Go do things as an imp, whatever. I don't care. I'm the king. I'm crazy.
Yeah, I thought Midna was the rightful ruler of Twilight Realm.
She is the rightful ruler. And then Zant forced himself to be the ruler, essentially.
Yeah.
Because he had Ganon after he got his power from Ganon.
He had a whole bunch of Ganon juice in him.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Gotta love that Triforce of power. It changes you.
Sup with that teat, man. Slurp, slurp. I'm tired.
I mean, if you say so.
But yeah, Midna is probably my... I do love Majora's Mask. I've stated it's my favorite Zelda game, but Twilight Princess is up there. It definitely takes the silver medal. Very damn close to taking the gold medal. I love its dungeons. I love its characters. There's a lot more characters I love besides Midna. It's got my favorite Link in it. This Link's a beast. Like, we gotta admit it. He's awesome.
He's fine.
Yeah, I don't like him all that much.
I don't know if he does anything particularly.
Breath of the Wild Link's pretty cool, even though he's just...
Breath of the Wild Link's a pyromaniac, and that's it.
Breath of the Wild Link is boring, and all of his character comes from a diary that you can miss.
Pretty much.
And a diary that didn't.
You
get
mean the
localized.
story of Breath of the Wild?
It did.
But
no, there's a second diary that is actually his thoughts, and it didn't get localized.
Damn.
Yeah, they just decided, nah.
That's sad. But
yeah, I will also admit that Twilight Princess has a lot of bad characters as well, like Agatha.
So bad they brought her back for the Warriors game.
Yeah. See what else? There's a lot of good, bad and good characters in the game, but overall, I don't know. It was my third Zelda game as a kid, and I loved it. I've replayed it probably the most next to Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time.
Alright. Well, if I can say something controversial real quick, I don't like Midna.
You're wrong.
Because Midna is just Tattle 2.0. And then she's like, yeah, no, I'm using you to my own ends. Oh, I can't actually do anything. Please help me. Please.
yeah, but Midna,
Don't leave me alone.
Midna's playfully a dick, whereas what little I saw of Tattle's just an asshole.
I don't know,
And then there's Navi, who's the ultimate asshole.
Yo, hang on here. Navi's only an asshole when she's telling you to take a break.
And
Which
that-
they
Navi
didn't
just straight
do
up
it-
abandons Link at the end of Ocarina of Time.
I think it was mutual.
Yeah, no.
I think
because
she
the
was
mission
like, hey,
done.
Link, I'm bailing. Okay, bye.
Okay, the ending to Twilight Princess, to me, was one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
I've seen sadder things in Zelda games.
It was sad to me because after what Link and Midna went through together, and then she just, she left and destroyed the Mirror of Twilight.
well,
So they could never see each other again.
She destroyed the trash chute of Twilight.
Stop.
I mean,
I'm not going to.
I know you're not.
I don't know. I mean,
I've got another hour and 47 minutes I can talk trash about Zelda before this cuts me off.
I still can't believe we went. Never mind. I can't believe we went 3 hours. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I don't like Midna all that much because it's like...
Everybody's got different tastes.
And I think another big issue is not so much her, but the fan base is always building her up like, oh, she's so great. It's like,
Me.
It's like, okay, guys, you can knock it off. No, she's the best. It's like, guys, please. I don't know. I think that's one of the bigger reasons I don't care as much for Twilight Princess, because everybody's like, oh, it's so good. It's like, it's alright. I don't feel the same way.
I feel like the reason I like Midna is because in terms of Zelda companions, I just think she has the most character.
She ain't no Linebeck.
Linebeck's good, but he's not the best.
Linebeck's great. What are you talking about? We'll talk about him later.
Soon.
I won't be there.
Okay.
Well, because, like I said, I literally played
I'll call you up and you can just be like, yeah, Linebeck's great. You can hear it out of my phone and everything. It'll be great.
Whatever. I played that for maybe 15, 20 minutes and realized I didn't like it. Like I said, it's like the first, other than Link to the Past, where I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, that was the next Zelda game I played. It's just like... And you fucking wonder why most of this series is so
It's because you picked
just
the bad
lost to me.
Yeah, you from what I've told you,
picked A Link to the Past.
No, Link to the Past is great. It's just tough for.
You should have played Ocarina of Time when you were 8, like everybody else.
I watched it.
You should have played it when you were 8.
I did play it for a little bit, but I didn't own
played
it
all the way through.
I didn't own it.
Should have bought it. Should have got a job.
Shut up.
Should have sold lemonade on the corner for 25 cents a glass.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
do you have any final thoughts about Twilight Princess? What are some things you really like about the game? What do you think it does that the game does well?
it did the Dark World really well again.
Didn't do the Dark World well. I hate
It's not
I hate the Twilight
To
Realm.
be fair, the Twilight is not the first of the Dark World.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, it's the Dark World again.
They do Dark Worlds a lot in Zelda.
It's kind of annoying, actually.
Twice? 3 times?
3 times at least.
Because I know Link to the Past.
And its sequel.
Link Between Worlds was Lower World. That was different. That was different from the Dark World. Different from the Dark World. There were people there.
So were people technically in Twilight.
No, those were spirits.
There were Tweely. That exists.
Yeah, in the Palace of Twilight.
Yeah?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Okay, well, I haven't made it to Low Rule in Link Between Worlds, so maybe I don't know.
So yeah, like 3 times out of what, 16 games, 18 games?
I think there's 20 if you include Breath of the Wild. There's 20 canon games.
Is there?
Yeah.
I stopped counting after Skyward Sword.
There's like 20.
I think that was 16.
I think Breath of the Wild was the 20th.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
But honestly, the Twilight Realm is like a clear ripoff of the Dark World because it also changes your physical.
No, it's not because
Yes, it is.
Okay, but does the Dark World have its own specific race?
Yeah,
no, but
it's the
where,
Dark Worlders.
It's where all the monsters.
There's no
come
Dark
from.
Worlders. He's right.
My only thing is like it's an alternate world, and it transforms your visage.
Link Between Worlds actually had its own like Lorulian kingdom. Well, I can't believe I said Lorulian.
I can't believe you said it without bumbling it.
I'm
bumped
all
it.
referring to Link to the Past, to be honest. In terms,
We'll
of...
get to that, but Lorulian.
We've gotten to Link to the Past already.
I didn't
No,
even get
I'm
to
talking
be
about
there.
Link Between Worlds.
Oh yeah,
Link Between Worlds just
I should beat that.
makes Link to the Past like forgettable, in my opinion.
Unforgettable or forgettable?
Forgettable.
Okay.
It's got a better story. I got spoiled on it, sadly, but it's got a way better story than Link to the Past. Link to the Past is like a straight shot, and there's no curves.
All right, we've now gotten to that point in this series. Okay, well, we got Link Between Worlds left, but we've now gotten to that point in the Zelda series where I'm gonna stop fangirling over the games. Twilight Princess was the last one.
You're not gonna fangirl over the next one?
Link's Crossbow Training?
Trust me.
No, I'm not.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're doing a specific
Yeah,
separate episode.
We're doing
for Link's...
spinoffs.
Yeah, we might as well just talk about Link's Crossbow Training here, so that way the next time we get together we can talk about the DS games
Yeah, we can do that.
without having to do 3 episodes at a time.
We can do that. How long are we really gonna How long are we gonna
How
talk about?
much do we have to talk about fucking? Okay, before we get to Crossbow Training,
I think
arbitrary numbers.
I think you know what I'm giving Twilight Princess.
-5, gotcha.
All right, Twilight Princess, obviously my second favorite Zelda game. It's got flaws, but I love it. Got to give my boy a 10.
Well,
Can't believe Twilight Princess got a 10.
I mean, I'm not surprised. As much as I rag on it, I'd probably give it a 7. We're being real.
I was expecting like a 7 or an 8, so I'm okay with that.
Like, it's not bad. Like, for me, it's low tier 3D Zelda game, but it's not the lowest tier 3D Zelda game for me.
I want to know what your lowest tier is.
Oh, so does the rest of the world who's not watching this.
And I'll probably hate you for it if it's what I think it is.
You won't. You'll probably agree with me, actually.
Oh.
Okay, but yeah, no, that's just 17 out of 20, and that's not bad. I mean,
Well, if you knew I was going to give it something good.
I was thinking -5. That's what I would have given it.
Okay.
Phil, do you have any? Do you want to give it any points? Like, you want to give it like 3 points?
I think he said a total of like 30 words.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like
I mean, you're here, so I'd like to put a little input from you in, I guess. It doesn't matter because I'm not gonna add it to the main score.
yeah, I know. The one thing I will say about my experience, my 3-hour total experience now with playing Skyward Sword is that wow.
Oh, you played Skyward Sword?
The best Zelda game on the Wii.
Twilight Princess was that it's one thing to watch it, it's an entirely different thing to play it.
Thank you.
Because I've watched Wind Waker, and in playing Wind Waker, I didn't feel like the experience felt all that different, mainly because the tactile feedback and experiencing the story, I felt like can be communicated in most Zelda games through watching it. I think the only real exceptions would be Breath of the Wild and apparently Twilight Princess, because in playing it, I felt the magnitude of the story and just how much better it portrayed its story than Ocarina. Ocarina loves to dump exposition on you.
Very much unlike Twilight Princess dumping exposition on you.
No, but I mean, I feel like Ocarina dumps its exposition on you and makes you want to fall asleep. So
if you say so.
I mean, I'm
you only see the cutscene with the goddesses 3 times.
Yeah.
You only hear the legend of the goddesses 3 times.
I mean, I'll be honest, it just has to do with like being less dynamic and just less interesting in its cutscene direction. Whereas Twilight Princess, I felt the inklings of the adventure and the epic tale that is being woven as it goes so much more than I did in Ocarina.
I will agree with that, actually.
And
I mean, you had 8 years to improve?
Yeah,
I would hope so. You have almost a decade.
but like it's so much cooler to be in the driver's seat of Twilight Princess than a lot of Zelda games that I've touched, which is really weird. But it just was, like, even though all I did was bash my face into a wall as a dog, and I met Zelda, who was in a cool cloak, and then I got abused by Midna, and when I got a sword, I spent like 2 hours bumbling my way through the Forest Temple.
Bumbling through half of it.
Yeah! Like, fuck me. God. But, yeah, no, just, I feel like it displays its story really well, and it almost requires you to play it to really get the feel, which is unique and interesting, and it's why I want to play it.
So, are you telling me that I need to get up to halfway through the Forest Temple on HD for you? So you can pick that up later?
Sure. I mean, I think...
To
an extent, I feel like it'd almost be worth it to record it.
I mean, we can do that. We've got the software. We've got the tools.
Yeah, because, I mean, I will say it was a blast being here with you guys and just failing. And seeing what it's like when I play a Zelda game and just how bad it gets. And because I know you all wonder, like, why does he finish these? There you go. It's because I fucking suck.
It's less, why don't you finish these, and more of, how do you finish other games? How do you finish a Souls game if you can't beat Zelda?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's more of a puzzle-based bash your head against the wall as opposed to a learn the strats, bash your head against the wall.
There's a lot more to engage with in a Souls game.
But anyway, what would you give this out of 10 for posterity's sake?
Probably also a 7. Okay. Just for right now. Once I hit the end, obviously I'd have.
Wait, are you adding that to it?
No, I'm just putting it off to the side because,
Oh.
He made me do it for Wind Waker, so I'm doing it for this one.
Well, it's more so that you were like, well, yeah, I more or less said, like, put it off to the side because I don't really count. In fact, I think I even said, don't even write it down. I don't give a shit.
I wrote it down for posterity's sake.
Cool.
We can talk about it on the wrap-up when we go for 3 hours.
Well, I mean, this one would be deserved.
Anyway, so the other Twilight Princess game, Link's Crossbow Training. I figure we can wrap this one up in 5.
Yeah,
I got nothing to say.
It's a bonus.
It's not really much of a bonus.
It's a spinoff.
It's a rail shooter.
Doesn't it use the Wii Zapper?
You can.
That's all I know about it.
You can play anything with the Wii Zapper.
You can. You played a Garfield racing game with the Wii Zapper. No, I did that. Never mind. That was me.
Mm-hmm.
I gave the wheel to somebody else and I used the zapper and that didn't work. That felt wrong.
Mm.
Anyway, you can steer with a gun. I'm just saying. Anyway, no. So like, did you play it? You bought it for like $4.
I bought it and I have not played it yet.
Guy who loves Twilight Princess doesn't want more Twilight Princess in his life.
To be fair, it's Link's crossbow training.
Anyway, so the big, it's just shoot dudes, and then more dudes will appear, and you shoot them too.
I thought it was shooting targets, thus training.
There's targets, there's dudes, there's both.
Oh my
Sometimes the dudes are targets. Final boss is Stallard. Except it's a different Stallard. This isn't the same one. There are multiple Stallards.
Cool.
Stallardians?
Yes, multiple Stallards. I don't know if there's anything else particularly to say about it. I mean,
You just shoot things with a crossbow. Isn't the crossbow like automatic?
I think so.
Oh,
I
good.
think it's more of a machine gun than it is.
It's like a machine gun
It's
crossbow.
it's a Chinese fucking machine gun crossbow. Good lord.
So I'd give this game a 4.
Out of 10.
Yeah, that's how much I bought it for. $4.
I'll also give it a 4.
Ah,
Because mine came with a case and a manual.
cool. 8 out of 10. Somehow better than
8 out of 10. Excuse you.
8 out of 20.
There you go.
Look, I've been going for an hour and a half now. 8 out of 20, higher than is ranked up there with Zelda 2.
I still don't think that I think we were too harsh on Zelda 2.
We might have been, but we're not going back.
I know, it's locked.
You guys want to talk about the oh, I didn't put it on here.
We're going to talk about that DS game you were playing earlier?
Yeah, Legend of Zelda Picross.
No!
It's fucking Picross.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't put it on here.
Okay.
So it's not on my master list of things.
I didn't know what the hell that was until I came over here.
Yeah, it's Picross.
Is that like a Club Nintendo thing?
Yeah. Well, it's a My Nintendo thing.
No.
Anyway, perfect game, 10 out of 10.
Are you being serious?
I'm being completely serious.
This man loves Picross for some reason.
We're not putting that on the list.
I'm putting it on the list. I'm writing it down right now.
I am a co-host of this podcast. We are not putting it on the list.
Dang, I voted. Okay, bye everybody.
See you next week.
I love you.
Goodbye. That was Twilight Princess.